How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just want to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's special event, Battle of the Belts 2. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky for the AEW TNT title. That was a great match. But the ending to it, Sammy Guevara went over and won the AEW TNT title with the GTH. That was match 1, by the way. Match 2, it was Jonathan Gresham versus Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor World title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Jonathan Gresham went over and retained the Ring of Honor World title with the Octopus hold. Well, after the match, Jonathan Gresham and Dalton Castle shook hands and done the Code of Honor, and as soon as Jonathan Gresham and Dalton Castle shook hands, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh came out, and as Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh came out, Satnam Singh executed a double choke slam to Dalton Castle's boys, and after that happened, Dalton Castle went to execute a tope suicida to Satnam Singh, but Satnam Singh caught Dalton Castle, and Satnam Singh threw Dalton Castle into the steel steps and laid him out, which he laid out the boys with the double choke slam too. But Satnam Singh ended up getting into the ring, and Satnam Singh and Jonathan Gresham and Satnam Singh stared each other down, and as that was going on, Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt got into the ring, and as Satnam Singh distracted Jonathan Gresham, Jay Lethal executed the lethal injection to Jonathan. Jay Lethal executed the lethal injection to Jonathan Gresham and laid him out. And as that happened, Lee Moriarty and Matt Sydal came out. Well, Lee Moriarty got into the ring, and Lee Moriarty and Satnam Singh stared each other down, and Lee Moriarty attacked Satnam Singh with forearm shots, but Satnam Singh threw Lee Moriarty into the ropes, and Satnam Singh picked Lee Moriarty up and slammed him down into the ring, and Matt Sydal got into the ring, and Matt Sydal tried to attack Satnam Singh with his crutch, but Satnam Singh took the crutch from Matt Sydal and broke it in two, and then Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt attacked. Jay Lethal attacked Matt Sydal with a punch in the face and knocked him down, and then Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt ganged up on Matt Sydal and started stomping on him and everything, and then Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt picked Matt Sydal up, and then Satnam Singh was going for Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt picked Matt Sydal up and threw him into Satnam Singh, and then Satnam Singh went to execute a power bomb to Matt Sydal, but Samoa Joe came out with a lead pipe and came out and got into the ring, and Satnam Singh was wanting to fight Samoa Joe, but Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt talked him out of it. So Satnam Singh got out of the ring, and Jay Lethal got out of the ring as well, and so did Sanjay Dutt. But Samoa Joe attacked Sanjay Dutt with a lead pipe and laid him out outside the ring, and so Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh retreated and went onto the stage, and so Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty were still in the ring with Samoa Joe and Jonathan Gresham. Well, um, uh, and so Samoa Joe and Jonathan Gresham done a toast with the Ring of Honor World title and the Ring of Honor Television title, and then Samoa Joe and Jonathan Gresham stood tall while Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty applauded him. Well, I did forget that after Jay Lethal executed the lethal injection to Jonathan Gresham, Satnam Singh grabbed a hold of Jonathan Gresham and slammed his head into the mat 3 times. But as Samoa Joe and Jonathan Gresham stood tall and celebrated, and Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty gave him a round of applause, that was all in the ring, but Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh were on the stage looking on and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. And that was match 2, by the way. And match 3, which was the main event, it was Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's title. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Thunder Rosa went over and retained the AEW Women's title with the Hurricane Rana. That was match that was match 3 and the main event, by the way. Now, besides the matches, AEW aired a vignette of the build-up of the match between Jonathan Gresham versus Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor World title. That was cool. And AEW aired a vignette of the build-up of the match between Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's title. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Tony, Now, besides all that, Tony, Schiavone, Taz, and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. The referees for the event were Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky for the AEW TNT title. Paul Turner, that was Bryce Remsburg, by the way. Paul Turner refereed the match between Jonathan Gresham versus Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor World title. That was Paul Turner, by the way. And Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's title. That was Aubrey Edwards, by the way. So, all the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, it's going to be CM Punk. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, it's going to be Dustin Rhodes versus CM Punk, Darby Allin versus Andrade El Idolo in a coffin match, Hook versus a mystery opponent, Kyle O'Reilly versus Jungle Boy in an Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying match in the men's division. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. So the match card, So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, it's going to be... Now the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, it's going to be Dustin Rhodes versus CM Punk, Darby Allin versus Andrade El Idolo in a coffin match, Wardlow versus The Butcher, Hook versus a mystery opponent, Kyle O'Reilly versus Jungle Boy in an Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying match in the men's division, and Britt Baker versus Danielle Camilla in an Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying match in the women's division. Now, besides the matches that have been announced, Tony Khan will be making a huge announcement. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. And the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night that's been announced so far, it's going to be Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir for the TBS Women's title, and Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Garcia, and the stipulation is the Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker, and Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz, will be banned from ringside. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night that's been announced so far looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. Looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's special event, Battle of the Belts 2. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.